What's up, guys? Iceman here. So in this video, we're going to explore a few things with this Vayman. I've made some progress with her, with Shorty. She's been quite godly as of lately now. Ever since my last video, been playing like a little toad in the pits, just leveling up. And I actually started walking through hell mode. I did get some help, I think. I probably got some help, right? Fuck it, I probably got rushed or some shit. We'll just say that. But nonetheless, she's 83 now. And yeah, most of the leveling has been in the pits. And I was just busting my ass to get to level 79 so that she could use her full Natalia set. And things are godly. And what you're seeing right here, her Blades of Ice is only level 1. Well, I put one skill point into it, alright? And yeah, it's quite devastating, man. Blades of Ice is an epic skill. It has been nerfed this season, however. It now requires attack rating, as it used to, like the shards would hit every time or something. But if you use Natalia's mark, the claw, and then Natalia set, it has ignored target's defense on it. In which case, for all monsters except for bosses, champions, and uniques, it has a 95% chance to hit them, regardless of your attack rating. And yeah, I actually have Dragon Flight on left click, so I'm half considering not even like endgame going for an Enigma with this character because the Dragon Flight is epic. But of course you need an enemy to teleport into. So in this case you can't just teleport across the river, unless if you see somebody. And shit, I actually just saw one right there. Here we go. See, you can teleport as long as you can see them. And with a widescreen now in this current season in Path of Diablo, it's been implemented. You get a little bit more field of vision here. So that's absolute toad as well. But as you guys know, this is a fire/blade shield assassin. And as you can see here, I'm not even using the fire traps right now. Even against the cold immunes, her Blades of Ice just wreck shit. I do have a splash damage jewel in the helm, which should apply to the base weapon damage with Blades of Ice. So maybe that's why she's able to beat Day's ass so easily. I don't know. But see, Blades of Ice, it deals 50% of weapon damage, and then 60% of physical damage converted to cold. But as you level that shit up, it just adds to your attack rating. It just does a little tiny bit of cold damage. You see that? It doesn't do much cold damage per level, which I'm very pleased with that. Because then for me, it's a great excuse to only put 1 point into that shit. So it's an epic 1-point wonder skill, I think. And I don't want to max that shit just to get it like 100 more cold damage. I think that would be bullshit to waste all my nice, valuable points on that. So I think it's toad, and I hope that they keep it how it is. Because, yeah, these 1-point skills are really nice because it creates more build variety. You know, you have a lot of options now. You can add those points into your summon if you want. You can add them in the claw mastery. You can become a trap hybrid sort of build. You can max out Venom. And Venom's toad because it doesn't have any synergies. You can just max that shit out. And that's what I'm about to do. I hate to say it. But I'm going to respec for the first time with this character. I always hold off, man. And I'm going to max Venom, methinks. I'm going to put 1 point into Blades of Ice. Going to max Blade Shield. Maybe not even any of its synergies. I didn't even put a single point into these synergies. And it's doing alright damage. See, this is hell mode, of course. Let's see what it does to these ghosts. You see that? Killed him. Killed him before my merc could even get to him. It's absolute toad. These guys it's going to struggle a bit more with. See, you got the champions and unique. It's not going to hit the unique every time. But it's going to hit him enough, right? I mean, game's toad. And, yeah, this is a very nice option going with Assassin right now, I think. Because, like I said, it has a lot of variety. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to max Death Sentry. And I know the lightning damage is going to be shit, but I don't care. I'm going to max Death Sentry. I'm going to max Venom. I'm going to put 1 point into Blades of Ice. And I'm going to have a bunch of other skill points I can do whatever the toad I want with. Maybe put a few more into Burst of Speed. Maybe Death Sentry, I'll max that, and I'll start pumping into Lightning Sentry for the synergy, for lightning damage. And endgame, maybe, if I get a Merc with Infinity, even though Death Sentry will be doing kind of shitty lightning damage, it's going to do a hell of a lot more damage with the Conviction Aura applied from the Infinity. And maybe that'll be enough to face roll a lot of the game on players 1 or 2 or 3. You know what I mean? Not that it's even going to matter because she's absolute toad without that stuff, without the traps. I just think it would be epic to be able to Blades of Ice attack enemy. Like right here, I'd cast a few Death Sentries, then just charge right in and Blades of Ice them. And I'm going to have Venom applied to everything. Like, it's going to be toad. And that's kind of my plan right now. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about that setup. And if you want to talk shit about that setup, talk shit in the comments below. And become a patron if you want. Link in the description. Yeah, thank you to my patrons for supporting me as you have. Really appreciate you guys. Keeps me very well pleased, the fact that folks are willing to throw some monies my way so I can play some Diablo. All right? That's a great setup for Iceman, so I appreciate that. And if you want to become a patron, click the link in the description below. But that's kind of my plan with this build. And I know I could cast Lightning Sentry and then like 1 Death Sentry, but I don't like those extra steps, all right? I just want to be able to cast 1 trap type, a bunch of them at once, then charge in with Teleport, Blades of Ice them, and then the corpses just start popping. That's really what I'm looking forward to. Now, the one downside compared to what I have going on right now is I'm not going to have my Wake of Inferno, which I generally don't use, but however, it's great against bosses. So she's going to be struggling a little bit with the bosses, especially with the current gear setup, dog. I don't have any Crushing Blow. And here's that 3-socketed Natalia's Mark that I slammed. I put 2 Elds in it, so look at that damage to Undead. And there's still a socket available. I might put an Eth Rune in it so I can hit bosses more frequently, the negative 25% target defense. Or I might put another Eld in it. Now this stuff, of course, isn't endgame, dog, so don't talk shit. You know, I'm going to unsocket that thing shortly and do something else with it. What I think would be really told, but expensive, would be to put like 2 low runes and a Burr rune in it. Or a Burr, a low, and an rune. So you'll get Crushing Blow, you'll get 20% Deadly Strike, you'll get 25% open wounds. You know, or whatever those numbers are exactly. That would be a good time, so that's kind of what I plan to do. But this is Natalia's set build. I need a 20s helmet. This armor, I just have a splash and something else. I have a 30s armor and stash. This belt is kind of nice with the magic damage reduction of the PDR and the life leech. But she doesn't need life leech right now. Check this out. She has a lot of life leech. A total amount of life leech. Where is it? Okay, there it is. 30. 30 life leech. Carry on. I actually gave her my Barbarian's Ravenfrost, alright? I mean, who wants to trade for an item that they already have? You know how shitty that feels? Because I know I was going to find most of her stuff, alright? But, I mean, it just feels really shitty when you trade for something that you already have. So I just was like, I'm not playing my Barbarian right now. If I do, I'll just give him the frickin' Ravenfrost back. I might even take a Ravenfrost fan handout. I don't give a shit. I'd be okay with taking a handout that I already have for the sole convenience of using it on my other characters. Then I just don't have to transfer them, you know? I can receive that benefit. I won't count that against me, alright? That will not be a sin against me. You've heard it here first. If I just take a handout that I already have for the sole purpose of using it on another character, convenience and not transferring that shit over constantly. So that's what I might do. Alright, I don't give a toad. And I will not trade that shit, obviously. You know, I ain't going to be trading the handout. So, but I mean, if anyone wants to give me one, in fact, someone already has. I have a handout account. I didn't give a single damn piece to any of my characters. I have that account for the purpose of hooking my patrons up with gear. Alright? So I have some goodies on that account, and thank you, Julian, for hooking me up with that shit. It's very told. But yeah, I might take a few handouts from items that I already have, just so I don't have to transfer the shit over. Like, for example, there's a Lawbringer on that account. I have 2 Lawbringers. You know, one on my Zon and one on my Barb. I didn't make both those damn things. 2 Lem runes right there. I could just transfer them over. You know, but I don't want to do that. It's a pain in the ass transferring shit. You could lose it, for one. So I ain't going to be doing that. But nonetheless, yeah. That's what I'm going to do, man. So, I might just hook this chick up with that Lawbringer. I don't care. For the Merc. He does wear Reaper's Toll, however. In fact, that reminds me. I'm going to go and slam his helm right now. Because I found this Tile Mask. I don't remember I found that shit. Cast Sanctuary, maybe? Come on, baby. Let's get some sockets. Oh! And bye-bye. Son of a bitch. Oh, shit, now he doesn't even have a helm. Okay, I might give him... I mean, I have like 3 Tau masks, you know. I found some on my Zon. Slammed 2 of them, I think. None have gone bye-bye so far. It's just that one that's went bye-bye now. But I think I have some on my Barbarian and my Zon. Ooh, Kraken Shell, man. You get style points if you wear that. On a Baba or something. I might make a Treachery for my Merc. Yeah, but I don't know. There's a Treachery on that handout account as well. You know, but I haven't made one yet, so I'm not going to take that shit. I do have a Lem on this character that I can make one with. But there's her, let me take away the video capture device. There's her skills. Alright. And as you see, man, I don't use the traps. I haven't used Wake of Inferno, Wake of Fire. Here. But I do have a Gnat's Claw and Stash that has Crushing Blow on it. 10% from the slam. It's not much. But it counts for something. Part of me is even considering socketing that Gnat's Claw with the 10% Crushing Blow and putting an Ethrune in it and using it for bosses. You know, because that's one way to get 10% Crushing Blow with your Natalia set. Of course, you can't wear Ghoul Riders. I think the only option would be, isn't there a crafted Crushing Blow belt where you get up to 10% Crushing Blow on your belt? But then if you're fighting Ubers, you know, you're going to want to have the T-Gods on, or String of Ears. Probably most likely T-Gods. In which case, you're not going to be able to get it from your belt. So the only option would be the Natalia's weapon if you want to Uber with Natalia's set. But let me know if I should Uber with Natalia's set. I might try this stuff out, man. Natalia's set is absolute toad. But now here we go with Diablo. No Crushing Blow on this character, and I'm not going to use my traps, and she still wastes him. Wow. It's actually more than I anticipated. Oh, is this a collector's item? Is that shit a collector's item? Okay. Oh yeah, that's the basic, not the Becta Corbin, not the Great Poleaxe, the Halberd. That's what that shit is right there. And open wounds damage now is added to items with open wounds, so some base damage added to it that happens over time, so that's kind of nice. This has 45 on it. But yeah, I might use that other claw and try to Uber with it. I don't know. I'll have to stack up my res more. My res kind of suck right now. Some are overstacked though, but yeah. When you're fighting Uber Meth, obviously you want to stack up that lightning res, get some lightning charms or something, and get it to where even if he does have his conviction or Anya, which he will, unless if you overdo it with a 21 plus conviction or a paladin, which I'm going to solo this shit, then if he does do that, or if you do fight him, you got to stack that shit way up, so where it's still maxed out. And I found these 2 set amulets. That's disappointing. Damn, so is that. So nothing good there. Alright, but yeah, if you guys will like this video, that's my progress so far with this assassin. It's been a damn good time. And I'm really looking forward to respecking her. I found a Sur rune. Oh shit, where'd it go? There it is. I found a Sur rune. I was doing tier 1, and I opened up one of those freaking boxes, right? Some tome or some shit, and a Noskoil belt and a Sur rune both fall out, man. It was toad. And I heard that little Zelda sound, like I have that filter, I made a video on that. That was toad. So I picked that up, and it would be an easy torch trade. Of course, I don't have a torch, but I just hate wasting a nice rune on a torch. You know, if I get a shitty torch, you know, so I've been trying to offer these for a torch, but nobody's going to do that shit. I have one more on my Baba. I might hook her up with that. I just ain't be wanting to spend this Sur on a torch, but let me know what your thoughts are on that. And yeah, again, more videos to come on this character. I'm looking forward to respecking and just doing away with the fire stuff for now. Maybe endgame she'd like to use Phoenix Shield and back to the fire traps. But the Blades of Ice is just so epic. It's not really necessary. I'd rather just have the Death Sentry for now, be able to pop corpses and beat the shit out of enemies with Blades of Ice, and have the popped corpses take care of the, you know, the rest of the clutter. I mean, it's barely even needed, but the tier maps, she's pretty slow. I was doing tier 1, and she's pretty slow with it. She'll be chopping away at the enemies, but she's pretty slow, alright? And I did give her the High Lords that my Barbarian found. I didn't give a toad. It's been sitting on him for so long, just collecting dust. I'm not going to trade it. He's using Angelics because he needs that attack rating, because Whirlwind has been nerfed to a toad in terms of its attack rating. It cuts in half and shit when you use it. So he needs the attack rating, so he needs Angelics. And this High Lords, but just sitting around, man. I found that like week 2 of the ladder. You know, it's a sad freaking day when you're not even using it. So I thought that was bullshit, and I gave it to my assassin, all right? That's what I did. And I'm pleased with that decision thus far. I've actually traded for an Atma's Amulet. Atma's is epic on this character. I had a hard time figuring out which is even better. Atma still might be better. She casts amp damage like crazy with Atma's Amulet. Alright? I mean, it has only a 5% chance to cast it, but Blades of Ice just hits so frequently. You cast that at like every mob you're at for more than like 1 second. It's pretty total. I'm just not finding any clutter here, and she's killing everything so fast. It's really hard to showcase it. But here, we'll go to the river real quick. Yeah, but I appreciate you guys for supporting me as you do. Watch this. There's amp damage, cast. Cast like 10 times right there, man. You know, it casts like several times a second if you're hitting shit. Ooh, 11 res fire, small term. So I don't know which is better. And of course, people will bitch and say, well, Iceman, the Blades of Ice, all your damage is coming from the ice. You know, that's not entirely true though, dog. You're doing a lot of physical damage. Apparently this shit's all displayed all fucked up anyway on your character select screen or your character stat screen. But nonetheless, man, you're still doing a lot of physical damage, especially if you have a splash damage duel in there. You're doing all this shit. And you hit so fast. These things, like you have like 10 of these things hitting them a second. And each of those shards, you know, do 50% of your weapon physical damage. You're doing a lot of physical damage still. That's how you're leeching and shit. So the amp damage does come into effect. But at the same time, it's not like it would be diminished from using High Lords, because High Lords applies to your physical shit as well. The fact that it does Deadly Strike. So it's all this shit is difficult to calculate, because... Where's that? 23% chance. Critical Strike? That doesn't show up on my character screen as Deadly Strike. Does that just add to the Deadly Strike? They're both calculated separately. As far as I understand it, these both do double damage if they apply, but they calculate separately. So you have 50 maxed on... If you have like 50-50 on both, that doesn't mean you're 100% of the time going to do a Deadly Strike or a Critical Strike. But I don't know, dog. I got some questions, man. I gotta run this shit on Reddit. I don't know if anyone can answer this, though. I'm thinking about making a Plague right here, just for the fun of it. She'll take advantage of the Cleansing Aura, but I have to hit with this one with Ignores Target's Defense. The Plague will be on the offhand. Will she benefit from the damage to demons on Plague when she's only hitting with this hand? Let me know in the comments below. Plague does like 300 to 400% damage to demons. I know that off weapon stuff she will, even if she's not hitting with that hand. You know, like on Laying of Hands, it all applies to her damage on this hand, or on this hand for that matter. But with Plague, if it has damage to demons and it's on your offhand, you're only hitting with the main hand, are you still going to benefit from the damage to demons? Let me know in the comments below if you guys have an answer to that. There was something else, another attribute that Plague has that I'm confused about. I know that it's not going to cast the Poison Nova, that it does on hit, because you're not hitting with it. I know it will cast lower res when you get hit. I've tested that shit before. But I don't know if it does the damage to demons. There's one more stat. Deadly Strike or something? Will the Deadly Strike on there apply to this hand? I don't think it does. Let me know in the comments if you guys have an answer to that. And like this video if you have not yet. Peace be with you.